Hello everybody, Speed 2010 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 41 and a half of my Need for Speed Unbound story mode playthrough. And in this video, much like the last two and a half-ish videos I guess, I'm going to be building my next car as per the rules. So, those of you that have, those of you that don't know, when I've been playing Need for Speed Unbound, I've been sticking to three rules: manual transmission, building my cars from the ground up, and really just keeping the standard engine in there without using any engine swaps. So, anyway, I'm gonna skip right over to the next car we're gonna be making, and if you can tell by the thumbnail, it's a rebuild from Need for Speed Payback all the way from 2017, and when I rebuilt it again in Heat. My version of a twin turbocharged Lamborghini Aventador S, to be more specific. So here she is. I'm gonna buy it right now. Wait, hold up. Before I do, sell the card I don't want. So in the last two parts, previously, I managed to win two more. I managed to win two cars, or rather three. This Alfa Romeo, last couple of parts ago, which I'm selling right now. I won the most recent car I won was the Legends Custom Nissan GTR from beating Lakeshore Qualifier 3, which is what I'm also going to sell. Don't get me wrong, I love this. Don't get me wrong, I love this car, but I can always rebuild it later. Besides, I already have one S class car ready to go already. Next is gonna be the Dodge Charger Hellcat, excuse me, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm more or less gonna end up rebuilding. Not necessarily to that specific specification, but I prefer really building my cars from the ground up anyway. And also this, which is another car I'm gonna build later. Anyway, now that we've gotten that, let's go ahead and buy the Aventador. So, long story short, this is a rebuild of a car named Outlaw from from my playthrough of Need for Speed Payback. And this was way before I started uploading stuff to my YouTube channel back in 2019, because I got the game when it came out in 2017. So, long story short, when I built that car, that's basically what I envisioned my version of a twin turbocharged Lamborghini Aventador. If money was no object and I had the money to buy whatever car I wanted, this would be one of them. My second favorite Lambo of all time, right behind the Diablo SV, and in front of the Murcielago SV. So first things first, let's just go into the parts and just max out everything. As you can clearly see at 345, it doesn't need too much to get it up there. But I'm gonna max out everything anyway. Because at heat level, because at forgive me for talking too much, but those of you that don't know, at hold on, at S class, you're gonna be doing around 200 plus to around 45 as high as the car will let you, which is literally the fastest you'll be able to go. In the vanilla game. Not in the vanilla game, you'll be able to do 245. Not counting like PC mods such as what Remix and Unite. Keeping the 7-speed, going with the Elite differential, and going for nitrous drift and grip. Nitrous grip, nitrous grip. Now that we've gotten this thing all the way, it's my second most powerful version of Outlaw. Outlaw being her name due to the Outlaw branded parts from Payback, which is American made. And not to mention being the car that I used to tackle the Outlaws Rush, the final event, as well as the second to last crew that I decided to do, the 1% Club. Honestly, I always kind of fancy myself as getting a exotic car, usually towards the end, towards like end game goal. Like, yeah, like you made it to the end, now you're actually gonna have to start using like something, I don't know, an exotic. So, I mean, if you can get that mentality, so here's basically what both of them look like in both Payback and um, Heat, and you can easily tell which one is which. The difference is at least. So anyway, here, feel free to take a quick look, and I'll be right back with a style customization. All right, now that you have, all right, now that you ladies and gentlemen have seen what this car looks like, time that we Outlaw looks like, time that we build it. Long story short, it's just gonna be the Mansory kit, which is basically every. This is the only kit from Mansory that, in my opinion, outside of the outside of the one from the one that they did from what the Huracan. This is the only other one that I like, mostly due to because it reminds me of that one body kit from Need for Speed the Run, and plus it actually just looks good. Now this particular body kit right here from Speed Hunters, for those of you that may not know, it was supposed to be released in Need for Speed Heat back in what 2019, 2020, a bit after the game came out. The dude that made it is named Kaiser Salim. He's the guy that made the wide body for the yellow Polestar on the cover, as well as a number of other cars he built for that game. It was supposed to have been released, but it never happened. You can still get it, but only through PC mods, but not through like the vanilla game through console like I'm playing right here. Anyway, that's basically it. The only constant that Outlaw has is her black paint job for the most part, and the only thing that is really changing really is the wheels because I'm not sure if anybody, I mean, if any of you are still watching this, if you didn't bother skipping it, I mean, if you want to skip it, you don't have to. If you want to skip it, you can. You're not really missing out on much. But you ever build like a car like twice in one game? I don't know. I don't know. You build a car in one game, then you build it again in another, and then you end up changing something to where I don't know. To where what it looks. It's the same car, but it's like a different version. You know what I mean? One thing that's constant about Outlaw is her black paint job, her blacked out headlights and taillights, for the most part. I mean, for the most part. Yeah, I'm just gonna darken this one just a little bit. And her twin turbocharged V12. Why? Honestly, back then when I did Payback, around that time period back in 2017, everybody was building just twin turbo Oricons at that point, and I never personally saw anybody doing a twin turbo Aventador like a street car, like I don't know, Underground Racing would do with their Audi R8s and what their Oricons. And so, honestly, this is just my version of what I think a twin turbocharged uh, Aventador would look like if, like I said earlier, if I had no money. Okay, the Heat version had these Vorsteiners, and the Heat version had these Pentas, these 52 Penta GTs. I'm gonna go with the. I'm not gonna lie, I love the Penta GTs, and it's a toss up between these and the Vorsteiner VSCO2s. And I think I'm gonna go with that. But before I do that, let me change the wrap. And also, let me change the finish so it'll match the carbon fiber. So it'll match the paint job, much like I did in Heat. The one in Payback only had the carbon fiber body parts from the car, not the car from the body kit, but it didn't have the carbon fiber finish. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, fully tuned, and all that's left is to choose the wheels. Oh, and switch up the brakes. Oh, that's not it. My bad. Okay, so uh, that's okay. It's a toss up between the Vorsteiner VSCO2s and the Penta 15 piece from Heat that I use in Heat. So let me find it. Let me find it. Where are they? Don't tell me I passed it up. No, I didn't. Oh, no, no, I didn't. No, 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 Vorsteiners. It's been a while since I last locked these on this car before. It's been a while. Alright, yeah. The carbon inset lip. Okay, I think Outlaw. Alright, I think Outlaw V3 is pretty much complete with the exception of this. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Outlaw V3. Up. I'm always forgetting something. Okay, now she's done. My apologies if this build took longer than the last two. I tried to time myself if it did. So, my apologies. So, anyway, if you stuck to the end, feel free to drop a like if you did enjoy. Feel free to drop a comment down below, saying what you liked, what you didn't like about it, about the car, excuse me. Feel free to drop a comment down below. Feel free to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with the next few parts or whatever I put out. And as always, I truly hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care. Peace.